Yeah, Drew, just, you were beat up quite a bit this week, and I'm not talking about your sore ribs necessarily. How was what was your mentality coming into this game? Were you more determined than ever to, show people that you could be this team's quarterback and that kind of thing?
Absolutely. This was a game that was pretty much chalked up before we even played it, in a lot of people's eyes. There's no way that we were going to be able to pull this one off. And it's typical NFL football, man. You got to take it week by week, and that's what I figured out. That was a really hot Dolphins team coming in. They've been scoring points on defense, having turnovers, and taking the ball away from offense. And I was extremely determined. There's a lot of talk about playing this week or not playing this week, and there was going to be nothing pain-wise that was going to stop me from playing in this game. It definitely wasn't an easy week of practice, fighting through it, and even today a little bit. But our offensive line blocked their butts off and kept me clean tonight, and it was a nice game.
Next one, Ryan. Hey, Drew, two for you. First one on the running game. You had a front row seat to that. How impressed were you with Phillip and Melvin's work?
Yeah, they were awesome. Phil is – I don't really know how much Phil gets talked about in the media or if he really gets pumped up or shot down, but he deserves a whole lot of credit for this run game and this offense. You guys see the plays on the field, but man, him in the locker room, him in the huddle, from last year to this year, it's a completely different Phil. I've been extremely impressed with how he's progressed as a leader for this offense and just as a football player in general.
Second one, you go interception 3 and out. How much did that 3rd and 10 to Hamler sort of get you calmed down and get you in a groove?
Yeah, that was a big one. That was one of those play calls where, you're pushing the ball downfield, sitting there, take one if you have to. And that was the mindset going into it. We timed it up great. KJ's a threat over the top. He's got a lot of speed. And when you mix that with, really good ability to be able to shut it down quick, he's tough to guard. And that's exactly what it was. It was perfect timing for both of us. He ran a perfect route, and it worked. Those are plays that we got to have in these games, and they're there for us to make. And that was one of the plays that maybe last week or the week before, we don't make when we're coming off the field. It's a different vibe coming to the sideline. So I'm proud of us for always progressing.
Drew, congratulations on the win. One thing you showed today is you had the early interception, but like last year, you didn't make a repeat mistake. You seemed to settle down, calm down. And then is this who this offense should be? 30 passes, 35, 40, that balance? Did you think maybe this is the secret sauce moving forward?
Without a doubt. A balanced offense is always the best offense. There's games where, we start slow and we get down and offense on the other side scores and we got to throw the ball a little more. That's just the game of football. It'd be ideal to be super balanced all the time and attack and mix things up on a defense. Sometimes, like I said, you get down, you got to throw it more than you'd like. And our run game tonight exploded. And that's a testimony to, Munch and Shula and Shermer and all the guys, Mawkins, all of them. Those guys playing their butt off this week. We had an awesome plan going into this. When you see that game plan come rolling in, a little Monday, a little Tuesday, and you're like, oh, okay, here we go. We're going to roll this week. So I'm really proud of the guys tonight.
Guys, time for a few more. Next one, Brandon.
Drew, two for you. Dalton said that we need to ask you because I said that hug that he gave you after the first pick. He said maybe I annoy him, but you got to ask Drew because he's my guy. And then your pass to Tim Patrick. I don't know if it was intended for him to be caught. That's the longest play from scrimmage this year for you guys, 61 yards. So you tell me about both those things.
Dalton, we've been like this since we got here. My first night in Denver was with him. We moved in together and got to spend that whole training camp, whole OTAs together. He knows me better than anyone on this team, him and Rip. And I've been so appreciative of having those guys around and help me get through some of these things. And, it's a testimony to them. I'm so proud of, the way that they've helped me throughout the week, and I'm extremely appreciative. And, the last play, we did it a couple times against the Jets. It's ideal. Everyone knows the play. It's ideal to be able to run out, maybe hold a little bit, and then chuck it. And, I got to the point I tried to roll out. They brought the 0, 28 came off the edge, I believe, and it was tough to really get it out. My main concern was you just got to throw it. You got to get it out. Don't let this clock run out right here. And at that moment, I knew it was either going to be right out of bounds or it was going to be Tim batting it down. And, this time it actually ended up making a play. It might be the first time ever that you're supposed to throw it out of bounds and something happens.
Last one, Jeff. We got Phil and Bradley on deck.
Drew, you said earlier you had to learn this was a week-to-week kind of business. So what do you mean by that?
I hate it. Hate this cliche line, any given Sunday. Everyone says it, but it's very true. It's so true. You go look at the last games these Dolphins have had, and you go look at the last games we've had as an offense, and there's no one that'll come in here and tell you that, oh, God, the Broncos are going to run away with this one. They're definitely winning this game. No one's going to say that. And but in our locker room, with our mindset, and that's exactly what we were thinking. Regardless of how weeks went before, you got to learn what you need to from the last week, and come into this week ready to go, fired up, taking what you learn from week by week, and eventually this team's going to have learned a lot, and we're going to keep rolling, and we're going to end up being a team that's one to watch out for.